Fibonacci method, the 618 or the 62, to be able to get beautiful, perfect entries. I'm going to make this super simple. I'm going to make it as easy as possible so that you can start utilizing it today. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to hop into our tradingview.com. This is free. You don't have to pay anything for it. Tradingview.com is where you're going to be looking for the trade setups, all right? So when you come into this, I want to first talk about trends, right? The first thing you want to do is identify the trend. We know that anything with higher highs is going to be considered an uptrend, right? Uptrend, right? So we know that this means that points of entry are going to be at the bottom, right? So we go like this. We're going to be looking for the entries at the bottom of the trend, not at the top, because we're in a uptrend, meaning that the trend is going to the upside. We're going to be looking for the buys. Now, can you take the sells? Absolutely. You can take the sells with no problem. I like to go with the trend because when you're going against the trend, sometimes you don't know how long that's going to last or not. All right, so we know this is an uptrend, okay? That's an uptrend. Now, we know that anything going to the downside, right? We know that this, and these are channels, right? You can call these channels. We know that this is going to the downside, meaning you're getting lower lows, all right? Lower lows, meaning that we're going to be looking for the entries at the top. Entries at the top, right? That's a downtrend, meaning that trades are going to be going down. You're going to be looking for the sells, right? So that's the first thing you have to understand with trading and even using this Fibonacci method is making sure that you first understand the trend. You don't want to go against the trend. You want to go with the trend. So you have uptrends with higher highs. You have downtrends with lower lows, okay? Now with that, the first thing is that finding your trend. Then we want to go and we want to find support and resistance areas. Remember that support and resistance are just floors and ceilings, right? Floors and ceilings. So now we know that we have this, the trend was up and the trend went down. Now we know where we have ceilings, okay? We know that this is a ceiling. We know that this is a ceiling, right? This is a ceiling, this is a ceiling, because every time price came here, it pushed down, and pushed down, right? So then you want to come through and you want to find your floors. Where did the price push up? Right here, right? We're going to change the color on this so we can make it make sense. So we're going to use green, right? This pushed up. So we come through and we look for the areas where price got pushed up. Where did price get pushed up? Here, right? So we know we have support and we have resistance. That's the second way, and second thing you want to do when you come into the trade is finding out where support and resistance is. First you find the trend, then you find support and resistance, and then we want to look at reversal zones, right? Where did price reverse at, right? That's the same thing as your support and your resistance, just different little zones, right? So this could be a zone. In between these colors, that's where you have zones, all right? So where those two colors meet up, it's kind of a zone, all right? So that's a price reversal zone. You hear PRZ, price reversal zone. So you have your support, your resistance, your trend, your price reversal zone. And the next thing we're going to look at is going to be the stochastic. The stochastic is going to be this indicator right here at the bottom. If you don't know how to add that, you can come right down here to the FX, type in stochastic, right? Stochastic right here. Boom, you got that. And it's going to add it right here. Now what you want to do is you want to go into the settings, and I want you to change the settings to kind of look like this, all right? So I'm going to click on this to stochastic, boom, settings, input 533, 5, 3, and 3. Style, you can make these colors whatever you want, depending on if you have a light background or a dark background. This doesn't really matter. And then you want to have your 80 and 20, okay? Take a screenshot, save it. Inputs are 5, 3, and 3. Screenshot, save it. Style, all right? Now we have that. Now, how you're going to be using this is when the stochastic is all the way up, it means it's been overbought. Anything that has been overbought is going to have a ceiling. It's going to have a rejection area, which is going to cause it to come back down. That's when you're going to be looking for the sells, right? That's overbought. Anything that's coming to the downside like this, that's something that's being oversold. And that means that once it comes down to the bottom, it's going to have to go back up. Something that's oversold is going down. You're looking for the buys back up. So you have overbought and you have oversold. You want to look at that to make sure it's saying the same thing as your markup and as your trend, right? So we know that we're going to the upside and we're in an uptrend. We know that the next thing that's going to happen is going to be a down movement. So you don't want to take that trade if we're in uptrends and this is going to the downside. You have the probability of the trade not going in that direction for a long period of time. So you want to be mindful of that. So you have your stochastic. All right. Now let's just go throw some Fibonacci's around, and you're probably thinking, what the heck is a Fibonacci, right? What is a fib? How does it work? What exactly is it, Rhonda, right? So Fibonacci is something that helps you understand where the pullbacks are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here to the side, and I'm going to get a Fibonacci retracement. Fibonacci retracement, okay? If you're in a downtrend, if you're downtrending, you're going to mark from the high to the low. If you're uptrending, we're going to mark from the low to the high. Now, if you see right here, we're in an uptrend. We know we're uptrending because we have higher highs, right? So we're going to mark this from the low to the high. Okay? Low to high. From here to here. And what you're doing is you're looking for the move, the big move before the pullback. Okay? So you have this is a move to the upside. It's one continuous move. Then it has the pull. And let's turn the lines on so you can see it. So it went up, it pulled, and then took off. It went down, pulled up, came down, then pulled up. So you're looking for those moves because you're looking for the retracements. You're looking to enter on the retracement. So you always want to look at that. So the first thing I like to do is come in and identify my trend. I'm going to identify the trend. So with this, we clearly know that this is an uptrend. Let's just go and mark it so we can be clear and we know what we're looking at, right? This is an uptrend. I'm going to mark that based off of these points. And then let's go and just make this a different color so we can recognize what's going on. Right? So we got that with green. That's the trend. Now we can go put it in a channel. Right? We can put this in a channel and we know that every time price has touched, we had a reaction. Right? And let's just do that. So we know that this is an uptrend. There's no question about it. We see it clear as day. All right? So boom, we have that. We know we're uptrending. So what we want to do is we want to take our Fibonacci and we want to draw from the low to the high. Low to high, right? And we're going to mark that with some arrows. This is the low, the current low. And then this is the high. So we would draw from here to here. Here to here. Because mind you, this is pulled here, but that's up top. We're looking for the move that's coming. This is a prediction of what's to come. All right? Now, you look at the stochastic. The stochastic is overbought, so we know from the stochastic point, we're going to be coming down. We're going to be taking this down to the downside, but we know here we're in an uptrend. So again, if you're going to trading against the trend, you want to make sure that the trade is going to be for a short term because it may not go as far as you think it's going. So we would be looking for ideally the buys, okay? So let's just go. We're going to take our Fibonacci. We're going to tap it from the bottom. And we're going to drag it up, this little line right here, we're going to drag it up and bring it across. Drag it up and bring it across. Okay, now we turn our candles back on. And we're going to open this up so you can see it. Open this up. Now you see what we're looking at now. This was the move up. It pulled back. It shot up. It pulled back. It shot up, right? If you look at it, we'll mark it up, right? It came up. Pulled back, came up, pulled back, came up, pulled back, took off. All the wicks and stuff count. You want to look at everything. Look at the wicks. The wicks came down. Those wicks came down. So this is what the Fibonacci tool does. It helps you find the entry points based on what price has done. So we would have just had this up, right? And now we're looking for entries inside of our 6.2 and 50. Some people, this might say a 618, but this is going to be a 50. So that's why I have it marked yellow. It's marked yellow, and we're going to just take this rectangle, and we're going to just draw it across so you guys can see it for teaching purposes, okay? So anything that comes close to this box or in this box, we know that that's like an alert for us to take the trade. We're looking for the pullback, right? We're looking for the pullback to enter the trade. Right here, we had price come into this box. Price came into this box. And the first thing it did was shot up. Then price pulled back to the next line, shot up. Then price pulled back to the next line and shot up. Right? So every time it pulls, that's your indication to get into the trade again. Okay? So that's what we have, and that's how the Fibonacci works. It pulls back to that 618, 6250 level in here. It pulls, you take the trade back up. It pulls back to the line, take the trade back up. Pulls back to the line, take the trade back up. Ultimately, we want to take this trade to what's called the 618 level. The 618 level is going to be where you're going to take profits. Sometimes it goes a little higher, but I like to take it to the 618 just to be sure, to be more confident about the trade, right? So if we come over and we look to see where that 618 level is, you should be able to understand why we're taking the trade there. Based off support and resistance, why are we taking this trade? So you see how right here, this is a rejection area. So we can draw a line just to take it to here. And we open this line back up. Where did it go right back to? Let's go and see. Let's see where this trade went. What level did it go to? It went to the 2.5, right? It went to the 2.5, but it broke the 2.5, gave us a strong engulfing candle. So that means we still have more momentum to go up to the upside. So that's how we can still go to the 618 and we drag this over. That's going to show you that this was a little rejection area, but it broke that area. And now we still have room to go up. We still have all this room to go up. So we take this to the 6 to here. Let's see if that's our 618 level. Right? That's our ultimate TP up top. But then you got right here the 618. We're right next to our exit point. So let's just take this and break it down one more time. I'm going to choose this as a different pair. Any random pair, doesn't really matter. All right? And we're going to take this off. We know that we're downtrending. We know this is a downtrend. Clear as day, downtrend. So we're going to open this up, get it a little bigger. Right? We're going to take it from the high to the low because it's a downtrend. High to low. Dragging this little zero out. Always take it to the wicks. Don't try to cheat it. Take it to those wicks because that's important. That all counts. So we're taking it from here to here. High to low because it's downtrending. So what we're going to be looking for is for price to come up into our box, which is right here. We're looking for price to come somewhere in here, somewhere in this zone, and we're going to be looking to take this trade to the downside. So what that looks like is this. Comes up, drops down. You want to take it from the ultimate high to the low. TP1 being here, that's 104 pips on TP1. The reason why we make that TP1 is because this is a rejection area. This is where it rejected. Price rejected here, so I would want to take this as TP1, right? You could take this one as TP1 if you want. It's a little close. But even if we take it here, because we know price pushed up here, price pushed up here, even if we took it from here down, that's 41 pips. Come down here, it's 102 pips. If I drag this over, I guarantee you there's going to be a reversal area somewhere in here. Right? Keep dragging it. Keep dragging it. Look at the 618 right down in here. Right? Those can be TP areas. And keep dragging it down, right? So that's how your Fibonacci's are going to work. You're going to be looking for the 618. Sometimes you'll see the 62. And I'll show you what it looks like, even if we just draw it regular, right? Trend here. Trend here. Remember, price is going to do this. It's going to go up, down, down. And you're just looking for entry points. So if you take your retracement tool, let's just say we caught it from down here and we have a high. We can drag it across. Drag it straight across. Right? And let's just move it this way. Right? So let's say we highlight our box. Remember our 50 and 62 or 618, whatever you have it marked up as. And I'll give you guys the coordinates in a little bit. Right? So we knew that price came down. This is where we're looking to enter this trade. We're looking to enter this trade right here. When it comes down, we enter it. We take it up, up, up. The ultimate move is here. That's the 618. And it works like that every single time. Price has to pull back, go up, pull back, go up. Every time it pulls back, these are new entries for you. one entry here, another entry here, and you keep taking up. So now you have one entry, two entries, and let's just say we took it from here up to here. That's 99 pips, right? We took it up here. That's let's see, 152 pips, right? That's an uptrend. That's how you take it on an uptrend. Now let's mark it for the downtrend because it doesn't change. We're gonna mark it for the downtrend. Down. We know the trend is coming to the downside. We know that price does this, 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 and this, okay? We know that. We're going to take our fib retracement. We're going to draw it from the high to the low because we're downtrending. Drag it out. Right? Drag it out. All right. Now we know that anything that comes in our box, we'll mark our box up here. Anything that comes in this box, we're looking for the move to the downside. As you can see, right here, price came right here to our box. It dropped down. It pulled back. And we know that it's going to drop down. So if you miss this entry and this pulled back, this could be your second entry right here. And we know that we're going to the 618. So we know we have to take this trade back down. What you got into the trade, you have to take it back down to the 618. So even if we had to take this trade from here to where it went, 129 pips, right? If you took it from the second entry, let's just say it was here at the 236, took it down, that's still 114 pips, right? So the uptrend and the downtrend, they work the same exact way. You just have to remember which way to draw. If you're in a downtrend, you mark from the high to the low. If you're in an uptrend, you mark from the low to the high. You're going to be utilizing your 6.2 or your 6.18 and your 50 as your areas. I hear some people do the 707, which is the 70. I know some people who use that, which is the 707 here, and that's still fine. You can still use it from here. You can take it where it's in this zone, the 62 and the 50 zone, or you can say, I want the ultimate best wicked entry, and I want to take it at the 707. But I want you to also realize sometimes the trades will come in here and then make their move, and it never activated your 707. So you want to be mindful of that. But if the trade does break this area and it goes higher, you can still use the 707 as another entry as well. But we're just going to be using the 62, which is the 618 for you, and the 50. Anything in here, we're taking that trade down. Ultimate TP being the 618, and you can take them in between. So that's kind of why I have it marked up as blues, because I use these as my TPs. Anything is TP1, TP2, TP3, TP4, and then I have my yellows being my areas of entrance. So I have this as yellow and these as blue. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you the coordinates for the Fibonacci's, okay? All right, so that's what it looks like on an uptrend. You come in, you mark this, highlight this area. Boom, once you have that highlighted, we know we're looking for the uptrend. So what you're going to be waiting for is this. You're going to be waiting for it to come down, then you take it up. Anything that enters in this area, that's your entry points. You take it to the upside, okay? We're going to draw it to the downside. All right. Anything that comes I'm sorry, going the other way. Anything that comes up, anything that comes up and enters into your box, you're going to be taking it to the downside. Anything that gets in this yellow zone, that's your indication to take the sell or the buy. And that's how Fibonacci's work. It's literally just the pullbacks. It's telling you when to get into the trade based on the retracement, hence the name Fibonacci Retracement Tool. Okay, now I'm going to give you the coordinates for that. Again, some people's numbers will be different. For the method I just showed you, these are the numbers that I am currently using. So I have the 0, the 382, the 62, the 1, the 886, 79, 707, 225. Everything that you see here, you're going to highlight it. The colors, you can make them, whatever you choose. Totally up to you. All right. So I'm going to open this up so you guys can get all the numbers. You can screenshot it. Whatever works best for you. Take a screenshot of that. All right, I'm going to scroll it up some. You can take a screenshot of that. Again, you can change the thickness of your lines. You can make them thin. You can make them, whatever you choose. It's totally up to you. These are the coordinates, the visibility. All right, hope you got screenshots of that. Again, this is just Fibonacci's. Use them how you may. Test them out, see what you like, see what you don't like. Again, it's going to take some getting used to, but it works with any pair. It works with any pair. It works with any time zone. I personally like to use the 1 hour and the 4 hour for longer movements, but you can use the 15, the 5, the 30, whatever you choose. The 1 hour and the 4 hour just gives me more confirmation. It gives me more time to let the trade run. You can take it, for 120 pips, 200 pips on those bigger time frames, but use it how you want. Practice it over and over and over again. Mark up some charts. Get used to looking at it. Get used to marking it. Get your confidence up before you start trading live with it. And then I hope that helps. The Fibonacci retracement utilizing the 618 or the 62. It works perfect every single time. The trades are amazingly, the entries are amazing. And I feel like it's something that can really take your trading to the next level. But the first thing you have to learn is SRT, support, resistance, and trend lines, right? Support, resistance, and trend lines. You have to learn that first. It's the major key component into trading, even with Fibonacci's or without Fibonacci's. You need it, okay? So I hope that helps, guys. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Have an amazing day.